all about communicating. And the good thing about art is that it's the international language. People have been talking about like, oh, in 10 years everyone's going to be talking Chinese because that's the most popular language. No, for me, this is the international language. I can stand in front of somebody from Russia and be like, and it's like, I'm thirsty, you know? Give me water or something. Or like, no money, you know? Or whatever. So, like, for me, art has always been like the international language. That's why you travel to the museum in France and you look at those art pieces and you can still admire them and appreciate them. And that's why graffiti kind of became that international subculture language. Because it's present everywhere. And like, people who don't know about graffiti or street art just walk straight past it, and they don't realize that they're in the biggest museum that they'll ever step in. That's why I really started appreciating graffiti and the identity it gave every artist to be original. And I think everything eventually gets saturated, like a trend, you know? I remember when I was growing up, everyone used to like buying those shoes that glow in the dark when you step on them, LA gears.
Oh, the lights, the LA
You
gears.
guys ever heard about those shoes?
Yes, I did.
Well, like, one kid got them, then everyone got them, then nobody wanted them anymore. And that's how it is in life. You gotta always try to be like the guy who sets the mood and not the guy who's following. So it's good to learn how to be a leader and also acknowledge when you're following. And graffiti kind of showed me that in a way too, because I was seeing a lot of stuff that was influencing me, but at the same time I had to kind of put it all through this head filter and give something else that was not at all what I was being inspired by. And so graffiti really teaches you to be original, because if you're not original, there's no hiding away from it. Like, it's like your work's never protected. So if I do something on the street that's not original, and somebody has an opinion about it, they'll immediately go and paint over it. So that also pushes me to be original and to try harder. So like, you know, and it also teaches you a lot about life. Like, what are you gonna do if somebody does that to you? Are you gonna just like let it ruin your day? Or set your goals on like how you can retaliate and make it better, like for yourself. So like, cause life is like this. You're born and you get this when you're growing up, and then you start getting a lot of these, but then a lot of these too. These are caused by other people. These are caused by you. In your life, you gotta start doing this all the time. Eliminate those. Those are created by other people. And that's what graffiti did to me. I had so much of this that I became impervious to it. If you don't know what that word means, it means like I had a body armor. Nothing that brought me down kept me down. Because in graffiti, it's either this or nothing. Look. And that's what graffiti did for me. Like, that's my biggest school in life. And it was very short. I entered it, I took what I wanted from it, and I left it. I don't do graffiti anymore. I moved on. Graffiti for me was here. I'm over here now. Occasionally I do this for fun. I bring this up here.
Right.
I don't go down here.
Right.
So that's, I don't know if you kind of understand.
So what do you call, if you don't call your art graffiti now, what do you call it?
I call my art simply graffiti because the people that want to hire me and pay me for it feel better paying me when they think they're buying graffiti.
They understand the term.
I refer myself now as a contemporary muralist.
Contemporary muralist. I think you are.
Because that's what I do. And if I'm not doing that outside in the street, inside I'm a mixed media artist. Because I don't also do just acrylics or tempera or watercolor. I like to do whatever I can.
Perfect.
Because in life and in graffiti and like everything, you kind of like, don't let yourself be limited by what's around you, you know? Use that to your advantage. I used a spray paint can until like when I was 16, and I started doing street art when I was like 14. So I was 2 years late in the game. When everyone knew how to do spray paint and stuff like that, it took me a long time. And when I finally learned how to do spray paint, I had to put a lot of work to get like the lines and stuff. Because spray, I'll teach you really quick how spray paint works. This is a spray paint can. Sorry. And I'll pass these two around just so you can see. See how this one sounds? This one's almost empty. And see how it's like squished over here? That's because I stepped on it to like make it smaller, and I'll explain that in a second. This one is full, and you can feel the difference here. Just feel the difference of the weight. So this is a spray paint can. Alright? The spray paint can basically is like a drink. There's half of the spray paint can. Yeah, try not to shake it, just feel the weight.
Don't shake it, just
Don't shake, feel the weight.
Okay, so like half the spray paint can is filled with paint. Right? Got paint. Otherwise it's water, of course. There you can see it too. And then there's a little straw that comes all the way down here. Half of this is filled with gas, which we call it's a propellant, which is a flammable gas. And this gas, what it is less dense than air, I think, so it has more pressure. And okay, so basically the paint comes out of here, and it sucks it from here. This gas pushes the paint down all the time, so the paint has pressure to come up and out. When the spray paint starts to run out, you have too much gas and not enough pressure. So that's why sometimes we kick the cans, so we make the cans smaller. And there's, once again, a same amount of gas and paint. I don't know if that makes sense. But basically, one of those cans now, it's capable of covering this whole wall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One can?
One can will cover this whole wall. So the thing about graffiti though is that it gets really annoying because it's just like a color box of pencils, but each pencil is one color, right? Same thing. One can is one color, and sometimes you need more than one color to do something big. So imagine carrying 25 pencils that are that size. It's a lot of weight.
It'd be very heavy.
Yes, very.